really happening at the local levels. The cities, the mayors are taking the lead all across America to address some of the more basic, fundamental ways to make cities, make places for people to live more friendly, make them more healthy, make them safer, make them places that are more fun to go to, make them more accepting to more people.
The Mayor's office now has to put into practice the first ever citywide plan to make St. Louis an economically, socially and ecologically vibrant city. And the person responsible for that is Sustainability Director Catherine Werner.
This is my passion, and this is where I think I can make a contribution to our existing world and my son and going forward. It's very, very important to me. When you take a piece of paper and a plan, put it out on the street, and you see these things grow and come to life, that's what it's all about.
So this is Old North St. Louis. This is one of the 79 neighborhoods we have in the city of St. Louis, and it's gotten a reputation for being one of the most progressive and sustainable neighborhoods in the country. It's won awards, national awards. This is the real world. This is where people live, and if you can't make it be about people's enhanced quality of life and their living conditions and a place where they feel safe and comfortable, where they want to walk down the street, where they want to pop into their local coffee shop and communicate with their neighbors and grow their produce around the corner and shop at the co-op, it's just not going to take off. And this is an example where all of those pieces are fitting together. The city, as it turns out, has about 20,000 vacant properties, and so instead of trying to fill all those vacant spaces up with buildings, what are some new creative, innovative uses that we can do with those vacant properties? So we had a competition. Washington University, a wonderful partner of ours, came to us with an idea and said, let's have a sustainable land lab competition. The Sustainable Land Lab winner with the Sunflower Project on it is one of the winning projects.
Sunflowers are being planted on this derelict plot, and it's hoped they'll eventually clean up polluted land across the city. And using science to change lives is at the heart of the Taylor Community Centre, part of the St. Louis Science Centre.
So we work with high school age kids. They come in at 14 years old and they stay here throughout their entire high school career. The majority of the decisions that we make are facilitated through the scientific process. And so we want to ensure that these teams have success and make great decisions, as well as having exposure to things that they may not get at school, at home, in their communities.
The teams in this component are going to be working on green engineering. They're going to start off with building solar panels using solar cells and using basic materials, recycled materials they can find in St. Louis and the community. You don't necessarily need coal power or a power plant to get electricity. You can have electricity anywhere on Earth.
We have here is an aquaponic system, which is an example of sustainable agriculture. So what happens is the fish waste gets pumped up to the top, which is where we grow the plants. Okay. And then there's two forms of bacteria that build up on the rocks, and it converts the ammonia into nitrites, and then from nitrites into nitrates, and then the plants are able to absorb that without dying, because nitrites are poisonous to the plants as well as the fish.
We're at a point now where we absolutely need to recycle, we need to reduce, we need to reuse. A lot of these kids just do not have the opportunities and exposures, and that's largely what we provide for them here.
The Science Centre itself has a well-developed educational program, and it's helping to bring along St. Louis's very own clean generation.
Here we have information about solar panels. Over here we have wind power. When your solar panels are pointed in the right direction, you're actually going to get more usable energy out of it. So the whole idea is to help inform people and get them to thinking differently about how they use energy and how we can go to using more renewable energy.
And then this one's really easy, okay, is the amount of watts that go into it.
We are here at Evie, the Science Center's entirely electric vehicle. So right here is her charging station, and this powers her lithium-ion batteries. Solar panels are actually what powers the exhibits and powers these TVs. Solar energy and alternative energy is really hip. Everyone's talking about it. And this is our kind of version of the science behind all of the green energy.
I think that there is so much work going on from the airport's point of view and airlines' point of view to mitigate environmental impact. I mean, eventually we all need to do business and travel, so it's necessary to have this form of transportation, but there are ways to minimize environmental impact, environmental pollution. And I think the key point is for all of us to work together. That's why the meeting that we are going to have with the airlines is going to show you what we can do from the airport's point of view and what airline can do.
This is 737-700 aircraft. It's one of our newest fleets that has the new seating. The new seating is lighter, which helps us to conserve fuel. And at the end of this year, 2014, all our aircrafts will be retrofitted with this new Eco seating to save flight, to save fuel. The ground power unit, once the captain gives a signal, once the plane has stopped, the agent will then hook it into the aircraft. This becomes a power, so the captain does not have to utilize the auxiliary power unit. This will cause him to be able to save fuel by using this unit. Currently, we're at the de-icing staging area. This is where the airlines line up, coordinated to get treatment for their wings during winter, snow, ice events. They're coordinated where the pilots can come over here, get treated, shut their engines down, which preserves the fuel as well.
This is just really an opportunity. I think people are ready for this, and this is a way to embrace our future in a way and make it hopeful and exciting and improve our quality of life and our opportunity for a lot of different people of all shapes and sizes.